My chunk account now has 3,000 hours of playtime, and only 2 skills remain before we can start the real grind on this account, completing the Chambers of Xeric collection log. In the previous episode, we concluded our combat training with level 75 defense, we showcased our terrible fletching grind, and we finished off with level 87 hunter. Now let's continue where we left off. Ooh, 80 wood cutting, that does nothing. Too bad. Another shout out to Candor PVM for the amazing double drop raids. Level 88 cooking, 2 levels to go. We're closing in on a hunter level as well, but progress is progress. While we're training hunter, I just wanted to let you guys know about a poll question that recently passed that will change one of my chunk requirements. Previously, we were required to get level 99 hunter in order to bare hand catch a lucky impling. But once the region of Valimor is added to the game, we will be able to catch a lucky impling with the net that we got from scavengers in the raid at 89 hunter without the need for an impling jar. Therefore, the maximum hunter level to complete the chunk will be level 90 to catch a psych bat within the raid. I won't be updating our chunk requirements until this change is officially added to the game, but I just wanted to let you guys know that this is why I will be stopping hunter training at level 90. With a net, but without a jar, once a new update comes into the game, it's already past the poll. And I did speak to Mod Ash on Twitter. He said that this update would probably be coming with Valimor, which is expected early 2024. So around that time, this will be the level that we will need to catch lucky implings. So no longer needing 99. So that's pretty cool. Level 89 cooking, just one more to go, and that will be best bats in the raid. Level 90 hunter. We can now catch the best bat in the raid. Now we only need 90 cooking to match that. There it is. We did it. 90 cooking. We can now cook the best bats and the best fish in the raid. Finally done with that grind, and we can move on finally. That'll really help out in the challenge mode raids. Main reason why we knocked this out early, and oh, feels so good, man. Now let's put into perspective approximately how long this bat catching saga went. So from level 1 to 15 hunter, we caught around 483 bats. From level 15 to 30, we caught approximately 1,564 bats. From 30 to 45, around 4,377. From 45 to 60, around 14,149. From 60 to 75, 49,299. And 75 to 90, took around 179,822 bats. That is a total of 249,694 bats caught to get from 1 to 90. Although we weren't efficient 100% of the time, I'd say it was still over 600 hours of bat catching. And if we had to go from 90 to 99, that'd be another 284,744 bats to catch. So luckily, we don't have to do all of that as well. Well, on to the next grind. Here we go. Time to enter the chambers. But first, there's one last thing I gotta do. It is time, ladies and gentlemen, that I finally do a Cox Purple tier list for my chunk count. Now keep in mind that every item is needed in order to complete the chunk. So essentially there are no bad collection log slots. However, I still think it'd be fun to rank every purple from least useful to the most useful. I will also use other parameters to rank these items. such as how long it will take for me to get the level to use it and how long it'll be useful for. Let's get started. Of course, we must start with the prayer scrolls, as they are the most common items for the raid. The Dexter's prayer scroll unlocks Rigor, which is single-handedly the best range prayer in the entire game, and Ironman's wet dream. This is the item that everyone wants first, and I agree, but the only drawback is that you need level 74 prayer, and my count isn't like any other account because I'll still have to kill almost 100,000 more trolls in order to use it. Therefore, we stick it in the A tier. Still a very good item. Next is the Arcane prayer scroll. This is also a best in slot prayer, but for magic. Unfortunately though, Augury is not as big of an upgrade as Rigor because it's only magic accuracy upgrade and doesn't provide any magic damage. On top of that, Augury requires level 77 prayer to use, and that requires more troll genocide. Therefore, we place it in the C tier. The next most common items from the raid include the Dragon Hunter crossbow and the Twisted Buckler. For any normal account, these items make a great pair within the Chambers of Xeric. If you have less than 1.5 build, that is, or if you aren't yet smiled upon by the RNG gods. But for me, it's not about the strength of the weapon, but the access to ammunition. And in my chunk, we have much better access to arrows than we do bolts, and the bronze bolts that we do have access to are way outshined by a simple magic short bow with rune arrows. Even far beyond this chunk, I see crossbows collecting dust in my bank. That's why the DHCB is our first F tier item. Now that leaves the Twisted Buckler, all on its own without the crossbow, which is paired so well with, except that the Twisted Buckler actually has some pretty good defensive stats, with one of the highest magic defenses of any shield. But other than magic defense, it's nothing to write home about compared to our current best in slot shield, the Rune Square, and even gives negative accuracy when used with melee weapons, so I don't see it being useful for a very long time. F tier. Moving on up to the Ancestral table, you are pretty lucky if you hit this table, and it has some great items. On the Ancestral table is, you guessed it, Ancestral Robes, which for the sake of saving time, we're just going to group together. Each of these robe pieces are best in their respective slots for the entire game, except for Virtus, while specifically on the Ancient Spellbook. Well, let's be for real, I am not doing Desert Treasure 2 anytime soon. Even though they are the best, I honestly can't say that they're as useful for me right now as some of these other drops. Their magic accuracy is great, but their magic damage won't generate me a max hit until I can equip the whole set. Factoring in that we are not even close to level 75 magic to wield them, I would say that the Ancestral belongs on B tier. On the same table as Ancestral are the Dragon Claws. These are one of the most accurate and highest hitting special attack weapons in the game. Only needing level 60 attack to wield, they are the first item that we could use immediately after getting. Even without the special attack, these would be a direct upgrade to the Rune Scimitar that we are currently using. Therefore, the Dragon Claws belong on the A tier. To finish off the Ancestral table, we have to talk about the Din's Bulwark, or Dinny B for short. For most of its existence, the Dinny B has been considered the meme drop of the raid, but after some changes over the years, it now has some pretty interesting capabilities. Its special attack can hit up to 10 targets in an 11x11 area around the player, making it very effective for luring monsters in multi-way combat, such as my troll training spot. As a standard melee weapon, it is very accurate and has a passive effect that increases your strength bonus based on your defensive stats. Shout out to my door builders. And obviously the Dinny B is first and foremost a shield, giving incredible ranged and melee defense bonuses, and allowing me to take 20% less damage on the block style, which will be very useful for cutting the Mudal tree. Best of all, I can already equip the Din's Bulwark with my current stats, so the meme drop goes to the A tier. And finally, the Mega Rare table. These are some of the rarest items in the game, and have to get all of them to be freed from the chambers. Are they useful? First, we have the Kodai Insignia, which I will straight up be putting into the F tier. Now, even though this drop resembles the gift you got your girlfriend for Christmas, I will not have any use for it unlike her. To turn the Kodai insignia into the powerful Kodai wand, you need to attach it to the Master Wand, which is only obtained from the Mage Training Arena that is on the other side of the world, literally. So unfortunately, this Mega Rare will only be a trophy that will sit in my bank for the remainder of its days. The Elder Maul is the melee Mega Rare, and even though it doesn't give much use inside the main game, it turns out to be my best melee weapon in the chunk, and probably for a long time to come. This melee weapon will make our Tectons a breeze, allow us to effectively do the 1-0 method on the old melee hand while going for the solo combat achievements, and be our best training weapon for strength and defense. Elder Maul is an S tier for sure. Surely it won't come to a surprise that our final item, the Twisted Bow, will also be in the S tier. So let's just put it right there. Even though I'll need a lot of ammo to train all the way up to 85 range to wield it, the Twisted Bow is unmatched in power, and I'll find plenty of use for it when I get it. And that's my Cox Purples tier list. Hope you guys enjoyed. Now let's get to the raids.
Oh.
Let's try that again. We managed to hit the milestone of 150 challenge mode raids this video. These raids for the most part went very smooth thanks to my incredible teammates. I would say that the worst part of the grind is probably coordinating teams. Since the recent Cox changes though, I am able to raid with any account type now. So if you are a main, Ironman, or any account that can efficiently do challenge mode raids, then I'd like you to help in my 2K challenge mode journey. Please add me in game and let me know. And shout out to all the gamers who have raided with me so far. Another obstacle that I've come across has been supply management. In my first few raids, I seemed to think that air runes grew on trees, and I was using them like candy, but I quickly found out that when I run out, it's hours more of implant catching to get them back, or waiting for a lucky maze random to spawn. Other than runes, I need to be aware of my rune arrow stack. I could easily go 20 plus raids without getting a restock of these, and my range training will be done inside the raid to be more efficient. And you can bet I'm going back to pick up every arrow off the ground, even if I have a comfortable stack. Now also with the recent Cox changes came some improvements to scaling. No longer will I have to ask every friend and every relative to take time out of their day or pay extortionate prices to pay for scalers. Now I can just adjust the number of people in the raid via the recruiting board. This update means that mega scales are back on the menu, baby. And that's just what I've been doing whenever I couldn't get a raid team. Now I've already gone over mega scale raids in pretty good detail in episode 2. If you haven't watched that yet, I will still give a quick reminder for you all. Keep in mind, up to this point, that I've only done 4 of these raids so far, so I am by no means an expert yet. The quick explanation is that the raid is scaled to 23 people, adding more monsters and more hit points to every monster in the raid. The majority of the raid is done on my main account, by me, but I leave that account at the end of the raid, leaving all of the reward potential to go towards the chunk account, giving it about a 50% chance at a purple. This is the best way to get purples on the account, but it takes a lot of time, effort, and costs me GP. But I'm prepared to do hundreds of these if that's what it takes. White light. Man, I know this is my first one back, but I was really expecting a purple there. It's like our 4th one in total, I think. 229k points. Oh man, those take a lot out of you, but we'll try to do another one. It's actually a big deal. I'm cooking Gear 6 bats first time, and that is the 90 cooking requirement out of the way. Love to see it. Let's see what we get. Dig site teleports. I guess I'm okay with not getting that on the chunk account. It's purple. No pop-up, because I turned those off. Oh my god. It's purple. What do we got? I'm not gonna milk it too much. Let's just open it. Okay. That's not too bad. White light. Unfortunate. That was a big potential there, 400k points. That's too bad. Big day today. We AFK'd enough to have over 100,000 Stardusts and a white stack in the bank. Looks beautiful. That'll be it. Purple light. Purple light. Purple light. Let's go. Do the walk up. Got that out of the way, I guess. 6th mega rare, 2nd purple. Arcane prayer scroll. What can I say other than I'm so excited to finally have purples on the account, and I hope you guys are too. Unfortunately, we don't have the bolts to make the Dragon Hunter crossbow any good, and we are still far off of 77 prayer to use the Arcane prayer scroll. but it's just so exciting in general to be making progress on the collection log slots. In the description are the links to all my socials, and the easiest way to support me is to just leave a follow. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next time.